R.I.P. Let's do a reading on this beautiful, amazing soul, Mathew Perry, Canadian, and he was my favorite Friends character, although kind of hard to pick one. Remember, I do constellation astrology, which is close to Vedic astrology, so please don't contradict his sun sign. Now, his sun sign is still in Leo, but look at this Libra and this Scorpio. Oh, he was destined to be a star, to be popular, to be famous, to be very witty with his words with the Venus and Gemini, but he had a dark, sarcastic sense of humor once you got to know him. Of course, I didn't know him, but when you look at his astrology chart, that's what it showed. He had a way of being able to see the shadow side of life, and yet he was constantly contemplating, why? Believe it or not, he was very curious about the meaning of life, and he just couldn't wrap his head around what was it, why. Now, being a product of his adulthood of Hollywood, that could add a little bit confusion. With his moon in Libra, he's a people pleaser. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He doesn't want to upset anybody. He doesn't want to rock the boat. But you don't want to get him mad, because if you get him mad, he's never turning around. He's never going to go back. Now, Scorpio, they can have a tendency to have addiction issues, but sometimes there's some misconduct that may have happened when they were younger as well. With Mercury in Leo, and in the 12th house, there's this hidden, misunderstood side. Okay, we don't know the time of his birth, so I can't do 12th. But still, there's this hidden side of himself that he did not want to show other people. If he was able to get on the same page and have a conversation with somebody that had the same deep thinking that he did, then he would talk and talk and talk. And of course, with that Gemini Venus, he has a great sense of humor. And with Mercury in Leo, and his sun in Leo, that's where the movie star Hollywood stardom comes from. That's where he went on stage and he performed. This is the person that hides behind the clown smile, that hides behind the mask, because he doesn't want to hurt or burden anybody. He would have had some ADD or maybe even some ADHD, but he definitely felt the sorrow and the pain and the hurt and even the evil of other people. I mean, you couldn't pull a wool over this guy's eyes. He would not put up, he had a huge BS radar. Now, I don't know much about his family life. I'll take a look at his Wikipedia next, but it looks like abandonment from father, and it looks like some strict behavior or expectations from mother. So his people pleasing, he would have might have felt that people pleasing, making sure that his mother didn't worry or wasn't concerned, or just making sure that, he wasn't one that would sort of upset her in any way. It would have started there as well. But of course, you know how I feel about astrology and our childhood and what's called trauma. We signed up for this because we've already got the issues from past lives. So we sign up to have these experiences with our childhood experiences with our parents. According to his chart, I don't think a lot of people seen how smart he was. I mean, at least not the general public. I'm hoping I'll see this when it comes out, when Hollywood starts talking and speaking for him, specifically Mel Gibson, because I think that was like a father figure to him. And he was smart, really smart, witty, curious, questioning, and he held some secrets. He didn't like that part. Mathew Perry was never married and never had children. He wrote the book Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, a memoir, which came out last year. It was around his addiction with alcohol and drugs and other issues.